Okay, welcome back everyone to week 8. We'll be looking at the patch tool and the content aware move tool. And both of them can be found in the toolbar right here. It's this icon right here. Just you can right click it, and then it's right here, the patch tool. And then right underneath it, the content aware move tool. So today we'll be looking at both of them. Okay, so the objective for this one, for this image, is we'll be moving one of the birds somewhere else. Or, I mean, we can move any of these birds. So follow along, it's practice. So let's begin. Okay, so first we're gonna look at the patch tool. Okay, so what does the patch tool do? Okay, so it's just kind of like the healing brush tool or the remove tool, but the patch tool also patches. You can actually replace this bird with another bird. So it's basically a patching operation where it takes basically, if I move it like that, it takes the this area and then uses that information to patch whatever I selected around this bird, right? So this is also an algorithm supported operation. So you can, like, even if it's a little dark right here, okay, see how like I can definitely just move it like this and it'll be less conspicuous, but to make it a little bit more extreme, to show my point, I'm gonna move it down here and it'll perfectly patch it with whatever's around the bird, the background of the bird. Okay, so there's a big color difference right there, but if I release it, it'll still, the algorithm will pick up whatever's around the bird and use that to fill in. So it's a very simple process, I mean, for us, but the algorithm is not that simple, obviously. Let's try to switch this bird or copy like this bird over here. In that case, instead of doing this, we'll be bringing it up where this bird is, okay? So I'm patching this area with another area like that. And if I let go, see how the background is gonna match, okay? And that's gonna happen, okay? So you can't even tell if the original bird was there. Like, it matches the background of whatever you're trying to duplicate at the same time. Let's try that again. Let's try with these birds right here. Oops, patch tool. Okay, so I'm gonna select these birds, these two birds, and then I'm gonna patch this area with this guy. And there's a color difference going on, right? There's a color difference on the left side, but see, if I let go, see what happens? It's gonna just fill it in like magic. Okay, so that's what the patch tool does. It replaces whatever you select with another area, and it also matches the background. It's pretty content aware. Okay, let's use the content aware move tool. Same thing here. Okay, so let's get this guy. Let's get this guy, and then let's move him like over there. Okay, and I'm gonna release it. See what happens. Okay, I'm gonna click. Oh, well, you can actually rotate it at the same time, but or mirror it too, but we're not gonna look at them for now. You can use them if you want, just not in this context, in this scenario. Okay, so I'm just gonna press done, and it works out perfectly. It just moves it. It fills in the background color of its own. So I'm gonna show that to you again. Okay, before and after. Okay, let's move some more things around. Okay, so I'm gonna move. I've selected this guy, and I'm gonna move this guy over here. See how the background color is different. I'm gonna click done. So by default, I think Photoshop sets it to structure 4 and color 0. So this is something that you'll have to play with. See this haze? We're gonna have to get rid of that haze around it, right? So we're gonna increase the color until it goes away. Okay. Alright. So color is at 10, it went away. And then structure, if you set it to too low, it's gonna kind of mess with the shape of the bird, right? So you just want to figure out the lowest setting that doesn't mess with the bird. Okay, I'm gonna set it to like 3. Okay, perfect. This is like perfect. We can't even tell, right? So color, yeah, just make sure you like set it to like the lowest setting that that allows. So like for this one, it's like color, if you set it to 9, the background changes, right? So you're setting the threshold to basically blend in the new object with its background flawlessly without any seams. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next image. Okay, so this image, we're gonna move these horses and get rid of some things. Okay, so we're gonna move the middle horse, this guy, to the left, right here. We're gonna get rid of this guy, and then get rid of these, this wind turbine, and I guess this is also a wind turbine. We're gonna get rid of these 2 structures. Okay, so let's work on this guy first. All right, so what are we gonna use? What are we gonna use for this guy? Well, we have a lot of tools at our disposal. I mean, although we're, you know, like when you're working on projects, you're welcome to use all of these tools. But for now, since we're looking at only the patch tool and content aware move tool, we're gonna use the patch tool because we're not moving this guy, right? We're gonna patch this area up. So we're gonna use the patch tool to select him, this or her, and then we will. Okay, obviously that's not gonna work, right? Remember, you're basically taking somewhere else, like another area, and then patching this area, your selection with it. So we have to select an area that blends in flawlessly. Okay, so this isn't too bad. We just gotta line up the grass, right? So like, see how like the grass, like you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. You want to like line it up well. And then also see the top of the grass. The grass here is a little bit shorter than the grass over here, right? We'll fix that up later. So this is also content aware. So it'll do its own work. So I'm just gonna let go, and that's what happens. All right. So it's pretty good, but it can be better. So we can see a lot of areas that don't match up here, right? So what do we do here? Well, we can either use the patch tool again, select all of this, and then do something like that. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, it can be better. It's kind of noticeable. So you can keep trying. I'm just gonna keep trying, see what happens. Do something like that. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I wouldn't like touch this at all, but you can also use the clone stamp tool. We've already went over the clone stamp tool, right? So you can also use the clone stamp tool to maybe I'm gonna sample this area, and then I'm gonna kind of do this. I'm gonna fill it in. Okay, you can do something like that, and it looks flawless. Okay, so same with this area. If I zoom out, you can kind of tell that. See this area right here? There's like a seam right there, right? Okay, let's try. I'm gonna use the patch tool again for this area, and then see what happens if I Try to patch it with something else. Okay. Alright. I mean, it's okay. I can do better. Alright, so let's resort to manual methods. I'm just gonna sample this area and then... Oh, that's a little too obvious. Okay, I'm gonna sample this area and then... Okay, do something like that. Okay, so the seam is gone there. I'm gonna fix up this area with, maybe something like this. Alright, yeah, so the seams are not really there anymore. Okay, so, make sure you use whatever, tool you have at your disposal. Let's move this guy. Content aware move tool. I'm gonna select this guy and then move him over this way. Okay, so when I move, I get this dialogue again. I click on done. Let's see what happens. Okay, not perfect at all. In fact, it's a little bad, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna undo it and I will move it over and see what else can be done. I'm gonna press done and then I'm gonna play with the structure. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the structure up to like 6 maybe, see what happens. 7. Okay, color. Okay, that's not gonna do anything, right? Let's select a bigger area and see what that does. Okay, so it's all trial and error. Bring it right there. Click on done. Okay, that's better. So, like, my selection is a little bigger, so it doesn't affect the horse at all. It only affects the grass, right? Oops. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna deselect, and it's not that noticeable, but I can still see kind of like a haze, like this blurry area. Again, I can just use, I'm gonna use a smaller brush this time because it's a smaller area. Okay, I can use the clone stamp tool to fill in these areas. So you're gonna have to really focus on the details. You can also use the healing brush tool to kind of do that, to see if Photoshop will use its own algorithm to repair some damaged areas. We call this damage because it's actually damage to the image, right? It's not perfect, but I'll leave it up to you to fix all of this up. Okay, let's move on to this wind turbine, wind power generator. Okay, so we got to remove them, right? Let's use the patch tool again to select this area. Okay, and I'm gonna select it as best as I can with my mouse. Okay. Now we have to patch this up. Okay, so I will move him. I'll move it to like over here where the sky is. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It left some artifacts like around here. Okay, so we're gonna have to patch this up now, right? We're gonna have to remove any evidence of what we've done. Let's try the healing brush tool. I like the healing brush tool. Oh, let's make the brush a little harder, like 100%. Okay, and then let's see what it does. Okay, that's not gonna work. All right, let's do this. Let's use the patch tool again and see what happens if I just do that. Okay, that doesn't help either. Okay, so what should we do next? Maybe we'll just use the clone stamp tool. Okay, so this is, again, it's more manual, but you know, you can, you know for sure it's gonna work because it's manual. Okay, so I'm gonna sample like this area right here. But see how, okay, like you gotta press Alt, just a reminder to sample. Just, so like, see how the angle doesn't match up? You can actually rotate the brush, the clone stamp tool brush. So we're gonna go to Window, and then Clone Source, okay, right here. And then here, there's this angle variable. We're gonna, oops, we're gonna do maybe something like that. Okay, so now, oh, we gotta turn it more. Okay, so it's like much better here. Okay, right there. And then I will turn it even more, maybe turn it like 27 degrees. And I will select this area. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna just do that. And then fill it in. Okay, same with this right here. I'm gonna fill it in. Well, you know what? I'm gonna make the brush a little bit softer so that it's a little bit more seamless. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. We can't tell like at all. All right. I'm gonna sample this area, right here. Okay. The angle's okay, but you know what? I'm gonna kind of, I'm gonna rotate it again. No, I'm gonna rotate it the other way. Oh, maybe this way. Okay, like that. And okay, that's perfect. And then get some more from here. And fill this in. Okay. All right, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, if you don't want to make it too conspicuous, you can also like sample like some random areas and then fill it in as well. Just makes it a little better. Okay, so now it's like we can't even tell. We can't tell what was there before. All right, and then we're gonna have to fill in this area, right? So we're gonna sample maybe, okay, let's set this back to 0 degrees default. And then I think I'm gonna get it from like over here. I'm gonna sample this area and then just like kind of bring it over. Sample again. Okay, yeah, so perfect. Oops, did too much. Okay, and then I will, I mean, I can see kind of a green haze right here, so this is like way noticeable. If you zoom out, you can see a green haze. Let's see, what can I do? Remove? Alright, that's pretty good. So the remove tool has also gotten rid of the artifact right there, the haze, right? Okay, perfect. Now we can't even tell if something was there. Alright, next, let's get rid of this guy. I think I'm gonna use the same thing. Patch tool. Okay, I'm gonna select this area right here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get this like little, I don't know what this is, like a fence or like a control panel or something. So to add to your selection, you're just gonna press Shift, right? Shift adds this plus sign right there on your cursor. Okay, I'm just gonna add this little area. Okay, and then I will now patch it with something else. Okay, maybe I'll just bring it like over here, maybe? Okay, make sure the grass and like the colors and everything match. Oh, I think this would be better right here. Like right there. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so we do get a lot of artifacts around here, like around there. Okay, so we will have to patch this up as well. Let's see, I think I'm gonna use the patch tool again on the sky only, see what happens. Patch it with this area. Okay, it's not too bad. I'm gonna patch this area now. Let's see what happens. Something like this. Okay. Not good, not good. Okay, so just undo, Control Z. Healing brush tool. Okay, not good. Spot healing brush tool. Okay, that's decent. Maybe the spot healing brush tool would do it. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Right there. Oh no. Okay. That's pretty good, but I think it needs a little bit more work. I will get the clone stamp tool and see, like over here, looks a little weird, and over here too. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm a perfectionist, so I will maybe sample these areas and then, nah. I'll sample like over here. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so we moved this guy here, we got rid of this, and then we got rid of these structures here. Okay, so this is our final product. It looks okay, I think. I mean, if you look really closely, if you look at it, you can still kind of tell. So again, try to make it as nice as possible. You know, spend some time on it. Don't just like rush through it. You will be graded on how well you execute these tools. So make sure you spend some time on it and do a good job. All right, I'll see you next time.